Hello everyone and welcome to the I Adore Jim Shore tag. This is hosted by Broadway Disney Fan and DisneyMertz, which I will link them in the description box below, as well as everybody else who is originally participating in this tag. Now, I am a huge fan of Jim Shore. I have been collecting them since, I think, high school. So at least since 2012. Started mainly with like Wizard of Oz because me and my mom, we both love Jim Shore, and I grew up with the Wizard of Oz, and that was like our big thing, and we've just been collecting a lot of them, which I'll show you a picture here. This is actually my mom's collection. Both of these Wizard of Oz ones are actually from my mom, but they are both the ones that I gave her as a present. So I did want to show them, as well as, showing the other ones that she has, because that one's a bigger collection. And really quick, I just want to talk about a couple of these really fast, because they have some cool stories behind them and just some really cool features that I just wanted to show. And we will start with Mr. Hatbox Ghost right here. This was the first Haunted Mansion one that I got, and I needed to have him because, number one, the Hatbox Ghost is like very iconic to the ride, especially since he made his big return to the Disneyland Haunted Mansion in California. The really cool thing with him that I absolutely love is his face. His face comes off, and then you can just twist that. And do that. If you don't know, with the Hatbox Ghost character, his face disappears and reappears in his hat box. And that's why they did it that way. Really great idea. And just super simple. It's just a little magnet in the back. I mostly keep him here, just like that. One of the things that I've always loved with Jim Shore's is all of these like scroll works, and the fact that he also thinks about like the backside of these things. So like all the detail that's in his cape. And then I wanted to talk about this one. This one is actually, this one was the second of the Haunted Mansion Jim Shores that I got, in which I do, these are all the current Jim Shore Haunted Mansions, but with this one and with the organ player, there are two different versions of it. So for this one, I'm not sure which one came out first, but the two different ones, the biggest difference is these. This one has the gargoyles from the stretching room, whereas the other one has the lamps that are seen on the pillars outside the Haunted Mansion. And that one actually lights up. This one does not. But I still love it either way because I do love these. Now, a really sad but beautiful story with this one. Alex got this one for me for either Christmas or my birthday. I want to say Christmas, but I can't remember quite exactly. But he was on a third-party website. I want to say it was Mercari. He had seen it and he had really wanted to get it for me. I can't remember the original price that it was, but he messaged them and was like, hey, can we knock this down a little bit? My boyfriend really loves the Haunted Mansion, and I would love to get this for him for Christmas. And they were just talking about prices and stuff. And I believe it was a lady who very kindly knocked down the price on this for him, and we were able to get it. The sad thing was she was selling it because I believe it was her brother. And if it wasn't her brother, it was her brother's husband, who was a big avid fan of the Haunted Mansion. And I believe he sadly passed away in a car accident. And he had a collection of Haunted Mansion items, and they were selling them and getting rid of them. and they were very happy to know that this was actually going to another gay couple. So that's also why she brought down the price a little bit for him. So it's really nice, and this is really special to me. Now, the organ player, this is probably one of my favorite Jim Shores ever, I think. I mean, I've seen a lot of beautiful Jim Shores, but I just love the design of this one. Like I said, there are two different versions of this one, and I believe this is the first edition of this one. The difference being that the first edition has the organ player. He's more clear. He's not crystal clear, but you can like kind of see through him, and he's a little bit more ghostly in that sense. Whereas the second edition, I believe he's more opaque and he's more colorful. And I really wanted the first edition one because I liked this kind of ghostly look that he has. And he does, like, as you can see, he does come off, he comes separate. And you just put him back on, and he looks like he's playing the organ there. Alrighty, that's about what I wanted to talk about right now. Let's go ahead and get into this tag and answer some of these questions. The first one is, show a Jim Shore you expected to be one size, but was larger or smaller than expected when it arrived. This one was, some of these questions were a little hard for me to pick and choose. I would say the organ player was maybe a little bit taller. I didn't expect it to be like this tall. I have measuring tape somewhere. This organ player one actually measures out to be about 12.5 inches tall. I don't know why I expected it to be like a little bit shorter, but I'm just glad they decided to make it grand and how tall it is, and with the banshees that are coming out of it. And then this Mickey one that I have here, this one is actually a Costco exclusive Jim Shore, and there's supposed to be a mini one that's gonna come in. I just got this one a couple weeks ago, and to the top of his ears, it's about 17 inches. And this one was only $45. So if you know Jim Shore, that's cheap for something that's this size. Because I can tell you, this one, which is the smallest one I have, oh no. I can tell you, I believe this one was maybe $50 to $65. Or maybe it was the same price. I don't remember. It's been probably about 9 years since I bought this one. But yeah, we get really big ones like this at Costco sometimes. I know we had a Santa Claus one come in, I think either last year or the year before, that might have been a little bit smaller, but it also had, if it wasn't the same size, but it also had, I believe he was holding a candle and it lit up. And I want to say that one was probably $60. So this is a cheaper Jim Shore. And like I said, for the size, like, that's pretty incredible. Second prompt is, show a Jim Shore that showcases a sidekick in the best way possible. I don't really have, let me throw this away. That caught on the door handle. Pretty proud of that. I don't really have anything that showcases what would be considered a sidekick. I would say if you want, I'll show another picture here. Of the Wizard of Oz ones, I think those are really great, of the Lion and the Scarecrow and the Tin Man. But as far as what I actually have, I have two Hitchhiking Ghost ones, but I like this one the best. Because this is, such an iconic end part to the ride. When you're in the Doom Buggy and you're passing through the mirrors and you see yourself with one of the Hitchhiking Ghosts. So I think that's a cool way to honor them and to honor such an iconic part of the ride. So I'm gonna go with this one for that one. Number 3 is, show a Jim Shore that is cute, but her face. If you know Jim Shore, a lot of these are like hand painted, and sometimes the face doesn't come out so cute. I somehow have been extremely lucky to have one that's got a beautiful face on it, or, you know, it's not a weird kind of wonky eyed face. They've all been great so far. I mean, even, and I have videos of these here, the ones that I got for the Wizard of Oz, or the ones that my mom have for the Wizard of Oz, they're beautifully detailed faces. And I hadn't looked at them in such a long time, and I've been so used to seeing all of these Disney ones and all the cartoon faces, whereas seeing like these human faces and the detail that's in those is pretty incredible. And all the ones that my mom has, they've been pretty great. My mom says she doesn't necessarily care for the witch's face. Personally, I think her face is also greatly detailed. There's nothing really wrong with it. There's nothing like kind of wonky about hers. I mean, if you want to put in the Hatbox Ghost, because I mean, he's got a scary face, but it's also painted very well. I personally, like, out of all these, I think Phineas, his face on this one, his eyes are a little like cross-eyed, just a tad, and a little goofy looking. But I mean, other than that, I've been extremely lucky with Jim Shore's, and all of their faces being great. Show a Jim Shore that is 10 times better in person, and photos don't do it justice. Okay, so I had to pull one of the ones that I bought for my mom, which is this one here. The reason I chose this one, first off, the size of it, I love. I think it's such a great like depiction of the great and powerful Oz. But going back to Jim Shore likes to also make sure that there's detail on the back. But displaying this is pretty hard. Taking pictures of this, you know, it can look great and everything, but you have to see this one in person, because when you turn it around, you see Toto pulling back the curtain and you see the man behind the curtain. So this one's hard to display because it's like you want to put a mirror behind it or something. That way you can see what's going on in the back. Otherwise you'd have to buy like 2 of these, and I wouldn't want to buy duplicates. So yeah, that's why I chose this one. And again, going back, like the faces, Toto and the wizards himself, like beautiful faces, and his face is very small compared to like looking at the Wicked Witch, her face side by side. Like everyone else in the Wizard of Oz collection, their faces are probably about this size. His is very small. I mean, compared to my finger. So his face is great as well. And finally, number 5 is show a Jim Shore you love, but there's something you wish about it that you could change. Now, this one was hard because I do love all of them. One thing about this one that I wish I could change, the sign is greatly detailed, but I don't know, maybe I would make it smaller or something. I just think it's too big. I don't know. The sign has always thrown me off on this one. Or maybe it's like if they made the pillars just a little bit bigger, kept the sign the same size as it is right now. I'm not sure. But I remember buying this one and thinking, well, we don't have a Wicked Witch one. And we have most of the rest of the characters, but we don't have her. And I found this one. I think there were 2 when I went at the time. When I went to Hallmark to get this one. I think it was this one, and I think there's one of her melting, or one of her with the monkey, or maybe the monkey was separate. But I like the idea of this one. I like that she's on her broom. The one thing I wish about this was that maybe there was more movement. Like if her cape was up more and actually like flying. and that she wasn't like essentially sitting on the platform. I wish they could have done something to make it look like she was flying more. If they could put like something clear underneath her to make her floating, or even have her lifted up and then there's black smoke coming out and curling around or something, just to get her off of the platform. That's like my biggest thing with it, is that I just want more movement, and I wish she were like it looked like she was actually flying. She also, I'm just noticing, she only has one shoe. You don't see her other foot. I guess it goes like back in there. But anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Hope I'm not leaving anything out. I want to talk about these. Nope, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm still new to doing this YouTube and, you know, getting to know more of the Disney YouTube community. So I'm just going to tag one person, and I'm going to tag my friend and coworker DisneyNessi, because I know she has quite a few gym shorts as well that I'm sure she would love to show off. So I'll tag her, and I'll put her in the description box below as well. That way you can see her other videos, and then you can subscribe to her when her video comes out, when she does hers. Anyway, I hope you guys subscribe if you're new to my channel, and stick around because I have some fun little crafts that I'm coming up with, and that'll be up hopefully soon. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.